debate competition. Lagos, Nigeria, meet your debaters. For Monday, it's Akio Charles versus Ogunaye Ayode.
Banning former governors from taking government appointments opens a wider pool.
And Emmanuel Ethel versus Uzawane Emmanuel.
When our people vote, the political agenda led to over 5 million deaths worldwide.
Tuesday, it's Jonas Faustina versus Oganemga Magrimo and Stephen Hebertari versus Minanengyo Furi David.
They are sent to school so that we can be able to break down barriers of culture.
So imagine how good the economy will be. Mechanized farming is widely practiced.
On Wednesday, Abba Theophilus will meet Joel Iniolua at 4 p.m. and at 5, Oluwalade Demilade faces CLA Maker. On Thursday, Obong-Daniels will go head-to-head with Mary Uhe Ashia, and at 5, Daniela Ogaga will face Richard Naomi.
The audience, can you tell me they will sponsor like you know bite you anyhow?
Now there's no denying the fact that the roads are actually bad, and you a fast.
Nigeria Info's I Beg to Debate competition. 30 debaters, now 16. Winner, 1 million naira. I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join the contestants Femi Obong-Daniels and me as we travel this journey together. Ported by Obiwizi and Booker Hut. Sponsorship, please call 070-3498-4352 or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm.
Yes, welcome to the second half of the second of two debates for today, meaning after this debate, there will be 2 more to go for the round of 16. I'm Femi Obong-Daniels. Here comes the
Yvonne.
one, the only.
Yvonne.
Aha.
Okhaifo. Welcome back, Lagos.
Hi, guys. Quickly, as a reminder, we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks to our amazing friends and colleagues. Tunde, Ken, and of course Olamide working, all our digital guys making sure you can see us, and producers as well. Sheriff Quad, the mastermind, getting everything done hands-on. So if you follow the first live stream and you are waiting for the second debate to continue after the break, it will not. Refresh your device, and you'll find that there is a secondary live stream going on Facebook and YouTube. That's where you'll catch the second debate. So you might as well do that now.
For sponsorship, or if you'd like to partner, call 070-3498-4352 or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm.
Thanks to Obiwizi, Booker Hart, Stover Industries, and all our amazing friends who are making this happen. Now let's see who we have here. It looks like the debate Lagos has been waiting for. So let's see what it will bring. 2 young individuals before us today. These debaters were first introduced to you in the playoffs when Oluwalade Demilade debated the topic, social media is making us less social. He debated unopposed because his opponent was a no-show on that occasion. CLA Maker, on the other hand, argued that traditional rulers shouldn't be given constitutional powers. She battled and she prevailed. Today, both these powerhouses go head to head. So let's start by introducing first 15-year-old SS3 student of Lead Forte Gate College, Oluwalade Demilade. Hello, Demilade. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Are you primed for this?
Yes, sir. More confident than last year.
I see you're happy about your extra pen. There will be plenty of extras coming your way, huh?
I plan to get 3 more.
Well,
Okay.
we'll see what Claire has to say about that. So let's meet CLA Maker, 16 years of age, SS3 student of Newhall International School. Hello, Claire.
Hello, sir.
Are you good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. They are both as adorable as they come.
Indeed.
The voice, more like the voices to match the looks. How about the performance? Have they got it? We thought they did in their first time out here. Let's see who may go under pressure.
Okay. No pressure because I feel pressure right now on their behalf.
That was deliberate.
But you guys, no pressure, okay? CLA Maker and Oluwalade Demilade are debating the topic. Quite controversial indeed. That black tax is slavery in disguise. I've got two folded pieces of paper in my palm. You already know the ritual. This will determine how you debate today. You were told to prepare for both sides of the argument of the topic. And now I am shaking these little things. You will each pick at the same time, okay? And then you will reveal to us what side you picked.
All right, as you do that, reminder of the rules. You're not allowed to use previously prepared notes, but you are allowed to jot down the points you want to make. You can also jot down your opponent's points for rebuttal. You have 3 minutes for each round of your debate. Your presentation round, your rebuttal round, and your closing round. Use your time wisely.
Well,
may
it is
the
time.
best debater win.
Amen, amen to that. Hallelujah. It is now time to find out how they picked. I'll start with the lady. Claire, what side will you be debating?
I'm opposing.
You are opposing the motion. You have this cute smile on your face. I don't know if it's hallelujah, this is what I wanted. And that leaves you with supporting the motion that black tax is indeed slavery in disguise. Should we take a short break? Or should we just go right into it?
It will be as short as they come.
Indeed. Lagos, stay here when we cut.
Just 30 seconds.
You will hear the scares.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info. The conversation never stops.
The state government asked that schools should not resume till January because of COVID-19. Now,
Nigerians don't know that there are people who are called the laborers at the very bottom of the economy.
Educating and informing.
So let me tell you something. It's not possible to block all other million subscribers. If they buy out another 80, that's for them billion naira.
Listen to Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
And talk indeed we shall.
That's right. It is now time to start with the motion supporter, Oluwalade Demilade, 15 years old, a student of Lead Forte Gate College. He is debating the topic and supporting the motion that black tax is slavery in disguise. Demilade, your 3 minutes start now.
Good day, Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debater, and distinguished audience. My name is Demilade, and today I'll be supporting the motion that states black tax is slavery in disguise. The black tax has become a staple feature of rural urban migration throughout Africa or emigration to other nations. However, the sheer amount of capital that's flowing from working class individuals starting out their lives to their non-working family members raises the question of whether or not this giving is actually voluntary and whether it's detrimental to the people paying it. Leading into my first point, the black tax, despite how it may seem, isn't actually all that voluntary. Sure, nobody has a whip to your back like in the days of old, but in African culture, face or reputation is arguably even more important than physical well-being. And due to just the expectations of other people, many people are ready to do things that are even detrimental to themselves. My second point is that the black tax places an extreme and often unfair financial burden on those that pay it. Where a typical white family will be able to decide how to spend every last dime of their own income, up to 70% of the income of African diaspora goes home to their families. And this can be extremely tough in cases of financial emergencies, as these people often have no way to pay for insurance and they have no savings to dig into to help themselves. Third of all, this interferes with their personal goals, as with only 30% of their income coming into their own accounts, they have no way to do something like start a business or buy property or invest and build family wealth. This is why in the US, according to the Federal Reserve, the average worth of a black household is $24,000, as compared with $188,000 that the average white household is worth. This is typically due to the fact that 75% of them own houses, as compared to less than half of black households. Which all leads into my fourth point, that the black tax actually ends up propagating the effects of slavery and colonialism. These effects set blacks and Africans on the back foot throughout history. And in the generation where middle-class workers are supposed to be breaking the barriers and coming back up, these people are being pulled back towards financial insecurity by their own families. My last point is that the black tax produces severe emotional strain on these people. It's already bad enough to have to choose between yourself and your family in any scenario. And especially when there may not be enough to go around legitimately, this can cause severe emotional trauma. Despite being founded in rich African culture of community, the applications of the black tax in the 21st century have actually become extremely detrimental to the people paying it. And all too often, it's reminiscent of the slave system that started it. Thank you.
All right.
Woo, okay.
So pretty interesting opening round for Demilade. And now Claire will respond with her own opening round.
Claire is saying that black tax isn't slavery in disguise. Baby girl, your 3 minutes start now.
According to the rules of the Southeast, none should leave his or her brethren behind. More on that in a bit. Good evening to the moderators, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, ever attentive audience, my co-debater. My name is Claire Mica and I'm a student of New Hollands National School, Lekki. So I'm going to give you reasons why I am against the motion, black tax is slavery in disguise. So again, what is black tax? Black tax, also known as N2K in Nigeria, is a colloquial term which originated in South Africa. It refers to the money that black individuals give back to their less financially fortunate relatives. So now that we've established that fact, let's dive into today's arguments. Point number 1, cultural norms. Referring back to my opening statement, rather than enslaving and coercing individuals, black tax actually promotes a sense of community support and cultural norms. Some good examples of this are the age-old culture of apprenticeship in the Igbo land and the South African culture of Ubuntu, which suggests that you are where you are because of other people. Moving on, redistribution of wealth. As a result of black tax, many African children have been given the opportunities to be educated and supported to start businesses, which in turn redistributes wealth within the families. Take, for instance, Aliko Dangote, the most wealthy man in Africa, who is where he is today as a result of his uncle's 500,000 naira investment in his business. For more, endurance by choice. Now, despite the heavy burden of black tax on individuals, it is worthy of note that these individuals take on these burdens voluntarily. Let's take, for instance, Dorothy Nabitaki, a Ugandan woman who willingly housed 70 of her family members whose school fees she pays out of the goodness of her heart. Does this make her a slave? Also, emotional fulfillment. Most individuals who pay black tax see it as an opportunity for them to feel close to their family members and experience purpose and motivation. Let's consider Glory, who said to BellaNiger.com that paying black tax is the major source of motivation for most of her achievements today. Additionally, flexible arrangements. Now, the adaptable nature of the payments of black tax makes it almost impossible for citizens, like individuals who pay black tax, to become slaves of it. Because their contributors can adjust their contributions to their financial needs and their abilities. I don't see how it enslaves them. More so, elderly care. Simply giving back to your parents and allowing them enjoy the fruits of their labor is very far from being enslaved to them. Besides, according to premiumtimes.ng, the fact that it would take 34 good years to pay the outstanding gratuity, black tax is the only form of income that these elders have. On the contrary, you might highlight the extreme burden of black tax, but then according to Frederick Nietzsche, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Black tax builds resilience and teaches individuals how to manage their finances properly. Now, to round off, characterizing black tax as an enslavement is an extreme perspective. When you make it out of a hole, it is your duty to pull out as many people as you can. Thank you.
Can I say I love you too already? I'm rooting for you both.
The part where I remember my good friend and brother Bolaniwa and say, alrighty then. Okay. So we wanted a debate. We got one on our hand.
Oh Lord, and what a debate it is.
And I cannot wait for the rebuttal rounds. I cannot wait. Matter of fact, I don't take much of a break. I'm compelled to take a quick break. Can we do this?
Yes, we can.
Let's do this. We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it is the festive season. And the one brand that is looking to help you celebrate in the most efficient and enjoyable way possible is Buka Hut. Yes, get ready for an unforgettable celebration this festive season because Buka Hut is firing up the excitement with the sizzling outdoor catering services it has on offer this season. Buka Hut brings you a buffet extravaganza, an outdoor bar serving up refreshing vibes, as in drinks, ladies and gentlemen, a suya and grill stand firing up all the flavors, and a mala spot for that authentic Naija experience, emergency bookings for those who have spontaneous moments where they need food for bulk orders for your hungry squad, and so on and so forth. Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Buka Hut is not just catering. They are creating moments that will last. Yes, for you and for everyone that you love. And the best part about it is that it is all at your fingertips. Simply pick up your phone and dial 0700 055 0055 or slide into Buka Hut's WhatsApp with the number 0812 882 6279. Let Buka Hut make your celebration an unforgettable experience. Thank me when you find out it is for real.
We are back. Oluwalade is 15 and that's 3 students of Lead Forte Gateway. CLA Maker is 16 as a 3 student of New Hall International School. We've heard the opening rounds. It's time for the rebuttal round.
Yes, it is indeed time for the rebuttal rounds. We will start with the motion opposer. CLA Maker, you are the motion opposer, so you will go first in this round. Your 3 minutes start now. Oh, darling, hold on. Just a technical glitch. Okay. All right, I've restarted the clock. Your 3 minutes start now.
So my name is Mica, and I'm going to refute some of the points my opponent made in his presentation round. Okay, so you said that due to black tax, most individuals have to cut off their family members. But I have to refer you to Mica Lobi, who cuts off his family members and is doing just fine. And said that it leads to a cycle of dependency. But then I would have you know that when you give to those that are, when you give to somebody, they're most likely to give back to you when you are in your time of need. So giving to your family members, they're your family members. If you cannot provide for them, you can simply tell them. They won't bite you. Just say, oh, like, Mom, I don't have as much income as I usually do today, so I'm just going to give you a little less. She's your family. She gave birth to you. She won't penalize you for that. And then you mentioned that they don't have income for themselves, but I have you know that most of these parents and relatives made multiple sacrifices in order to ensure that their children got to the level of success that they're in today. So it is completely unfair that you cannot compromise. And then I'll have you know that like the root cause of the black tax itself is as a result of the apartheid regime. So this wealth gap is actually not their fault. After the apartheid regime and like the whole slavery, individuals were promised 40 acres of land and a meal. And since they were not able to be given this after the death of Abraham Lincoln, like they were set generations back, seeing as like white people were like the enslavers were compensated for the loss of their like source of business. So they just lost the race, and they had to rely on the upcoming generation who was like, they had a head start in this. Yeah, and then you said that back. Oh yeah, and then I mentioned community supports. When you give to your community, they would always want to be there for you. They would want to back you, and it will help you set examples for upcoming generations in your family. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your rebuttal round. And now it's up to your opponent to rebut your own opening statement.
That's right. Demilade, your 3 minutes start now.
Standing on existing protocol, my opponent made a few claims which are fundamentally flawed in my opinion, as I'll explain now. First of all, she mentioned that the black tax is not made out of necessity, but out of cultural norms, which is true. But I also have to point you to the people that like to abuse these cultural norms. And this happens all the time. Far too many of us in Nigeria know what is known as a second burial. It's just a very fancy scheme to steal money from those that they believe have the money. You also mentioned redistributing wealth so that people can make it in life. And you cited Dangote as an example. But I'm sorry to inform you that Dangote is an exception. And the majority of black families, not just in Nigeria, but throughout the world, the majority of black families are still below the worth, the income, and any other financial metric of the white families, which by your definitions, are more selfish in nature. Thirdly, you mentioned endurance by choice, that they chose to endure through the financial stress of paying their relatives. However, it's through a lot of pressure. If you're technically speaking, every choice you make is by choice. There's just someone telling you what to do. A slave could have decided not to work, but then he'd be beaten to death. That was his choice. The same way, you could decide not to pay your family, but then you'd be ostracized. That's your choice. It's not a very good choice to make for you. You also mentioned fulfillment and family closeness, as paying to family helps to bring emotional bonds, economic bonds, stuff like that. But it can also bring a lot of strife in families, especially during economic downturns, as people argue over what's more important to finance, who to pay this, who to pay that. And it ends up breaking apart a lot of families much more than it brings them together. You also mentioned how the arrangements of paying family are flexible. However, they are restrained to begin with. It's not like we're saying that you already had full control over your finances and you're just trying to give them. You only had partial control over your finances because you have an obligation to pay your family, and only in exceptional circumstances that they usually allow you to lay it off a bit. Finally, you mentioned taking care of the elderly and how parents made sacrifices to get their children where they are. And this is a note of warning. I'm going to sound a note of warning to parents all around the country. Don't use your children as pension. It's not a very good strategy. First of all, you're forcing them to do something in their lives that they do not want to. And secondly, it's not written in law, so your security isn't even set in stone as well. So using your children as pension is a generally bad strategy. Thank you.
Okay. Lagos, I'm sure you have the same goosebumps that I have, if not more. And if you're not watching the live streams, I'm sorry, but you are missing out. You should see these powerhouses going head to head. It is beautiful, Lagos. So tune into the live streams on Facebook and on YouTube to catch these brilliant kids.
Not a doubt. And what a debate we've had. And to think it is not over yet. The closing rounds coming your way. We'll have to take a quick break. And when we come back from that break, it will be a great time to see both Claire and Demilade take this topic to bed. It's been very enlightening, insightful, educational, and not everybody knew what this black tax thing was.
Indeed.
But it's kudos to both of them. All of that right after this.
Hey there, folks! The holiday season is here, and you know what that means.
Time to treat yourself with Xiaomi's incredible India promotion.
Get ready for a shopping extravaganza from the 30th of October to the 31st of December 2023.
We've got amazing discounts on your incredible Redmi Note 12 series, Redmi 12C, Redmi 12, and the latest Xiaomi 13T.
But that's not all. When you shop with Xiaomi during this festive season, you stand a chance to win cash prizes.
You could win a whopping 6 million naira in cash.
But wait, there is more.
What's more?
You get 20% discount off all Xiaomi products, plus exciting prizes like Xiaomi TV, Xiaomi luggage, and more instant gifts during this special promotion. It's a deal you don't want to miss.
With the Ember season coming, now is the perfect time to treat yourself.
So, make your wish list. Head over to your nearest Xiaomi authorized store or visit Xiaomi on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter now. Xiaomi, making every season merry and bright.
Xiaomi. When you got somebody you love, and you want to show them how much. Gift cards are the surest gift that you can trust. Sure gifts for everyone.
Do you know what to give your employees, partners, and clients during the holiday season? Sure Gift vouchers are the best way to give them exactly what they want. And guess what? Employees thank their HR for the best gifts when they get the Sure Gifts vouchers. For businesses, there's no need for logistics, warehousing, and delivery headaches. Sure Gifts vouchers are redeemable at top stores in Nigeria like Spar, ShopRite, and many more. Simplify your life and be one of all the 1,000 smart companies already using Sure Gifts. Call 0191251160 today or email hello@suregifts.com.ng.
As you see me so, I belong to the Chop Better gang. Now, why anytime I want chop like this, I dey put better things inside. For my yam porridge, after I don't put my fish, I go con deck am with onions, tatashe and ugu, con season am with correct no cubes for that delicious taste. Because my people, good life na life where you chop better.
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season am with no cubes for that Obong delicious taste. Today, chop better.
Have you seen the new Mirinda 60cl bigger bottle? It's plenty. It's got a new look, refreshing taste, and the size. You can legit start drinking at 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m. Okay, I exaggerated, but you get the drift.
Get more refreshment and more enjoyment from Mirinda 60cl bigger bottle, also available in pineapple flavor. Mirinda 60cl bigger bottle, more refreshment and more enjoyment is plenty.
There are loads of moments that give me cool vibes when I get that shara or when I get that sweet bonus from my 9 mobile network.
Enjoy 9 confirms with 1,000 Naira activation bonus, 900% bonus on every recharge. Double data bonus on your first month recharge and a whopping 100% data bonus for 6 months. Get a new SIM or dial *1400# to migrate.
9 Mobile. Here for you. Here for Ninja.
Start your day and have a good time. Even when you need to clear your eyes. Or when you need to have the break time. It's not tea or margarita.
Good time moments with Kivo Creamer.
If not tea or margarita.
Every parent wants to see their child growing up happy and healthy. Introducing Renzo Vitamins for Kids, a secret to your child's daily nutrition and boundless joy. With Renzo Vitamins, your child will have the energy to embrace every moment and unlock their full potential. Give your child a head start in life with Renzo Vitamins for Kids, because a happy child is a healthy child.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back. I beg to differ, Students Debate Season 6. What a round of 16 matchup we had to endure. Borrowing the word from Demilade. And now it's down to the closing rounds.
Truly down to the closing rounds. We will start.
Yeah, you wish it wouldn't end. Could we add an extra round?
I wish we could.
Could you guys just...
Everyone is calling for an extra round.
Yes, maybe. Could you guys just tie?
I hope they do. I really hope they tie.
All right, let's go to it.
Okay, well, we'll start with the motion supporter, and that is Oluwalade Demilade. You will close this round. You will start your closing, and your 3 minutes start now.
Standing on existing protocol, I've made some points supporting the motion that states the black tax is slavery in disguise, and I've defended some of my points against my opponents. But there's one more point I'd like to bring up before I go that's quite notorious among our society, and that's the ability of the black tax to breed extremely selfish people. You know, the people that just feel entitled to your money. Even if while you were growing up, they were the same kind of people that would ignore every family meeting, ignore every event. They wouldn't finance anything. Your parents will ask them to help pay your school fees. They will say they are on vacation, or they'll say that they are broke. And when you make it in life, then they feel entitled to you just because part of your blood is flowing in their veins. And it's an extremely annoying thing for many people to deal with, whether or not they know they're dealing with it at all. The black tax also hinders people from building generational wealth. Like I mentioned before, one of the major ways of gaining wealth is through owning property like houses, land, investments, etc. But focusing on more short-term spending, like something even as important as education, but because it's so short-term, it ends up delaying the amount of time and delaying the amount of interest that you can gain on these things. And it stops families as a whole from building generational income. And like I said before, this is seen in the massive differential between black and white households in somewhere like the United States, and it's probably worse elsewhere in the world. And I'd like to end off with things like COVID and other crises like that. There's a reason that it hit black people the hardest. There's a reason it hit black families the hardest. These people don't have any funds of their own, because they've been paying most of it to their families back home that they likely haven't seen in a very long time. And those families are also struggling with the effects of the pandemic, and they may not be as mentally or professionally equipped to deal with it as them. And so these people, the professionals, don't have the money, and the people who they have given the money to don't have the prowess to be able to deal with it. And so everybody suffers in the long run. It may feel like it's a charitable giving to people who supported you in the past, but in the long run, it just ends up diminishing family wealth, diminishing generational wealth, and hurting everybody in the process. Thank you.
It's just 15. How do you grow a mind like that at 15?
I have no idea.
It's almost sounding like my granddad. And very, very enlightening. Okay, so let's leave it until we hear Claire.
The brilliant Claire. Claire, your 3 minutes. Start now.
According to the popular mantra, we rise by lifting others. On a final note, my name is Mica, and I'm going to take a few more points to finally drag you over the side of the fence. To begin, education opportunities. As the popular saying goes, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man 2 fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Black tax contributions provide educational opportunities for younger generations in the family, which will end up breaking the cycle of generational poverty, seeing as these young individuals who have been given the opportunity to be educated will now grow up and help those who support the family. Like if it could be just one uncle supporting, this person is going to grow up and help uncle support the rest of the family. And then moving on, positive role modeling. Rather than enslaving individuals, the black tax puts them on the pedestal, seeing as they have set a good example for younger generations. Furthermore, balanced interdependence. According to Nairobi News, paying blacks is like creating a safety net for yourself, and I could agree more. Considering the fact that these individuals who you help will do the same for you if given the chance, black tax isn't really slavery. Isn't slavery at all. It is more like a scratch my back and I scratch yours situation. And then generational upliftment. A DIE executive, Netta Jenkins, said that her mom was homeless, so she had to work extra hard to eradicate generational poverty in her lineage, and she did so successfully through the help of black tax. And I'd like to say, I agree with those who say that black tax is a form of exploitation. Then I only agree to that when it's like situations of buying, I need some money for a party, I need some money for alcohol. But then I mean, like, when it relates to a young child's life is at stake, you need to provide for them to get good healthcare, good education, and start a business that could further redistribute wealth within the family. Then I don't see, there's no problem with black tax. And then according to News, black tax has actually contributed over 60 million naira in remittances to Nigeria. So it even helps our economy. And then depending on successful individuals in the family, like as a form of pension, is actually very beneficial because the economy is really bad in Nigeria, seeing as our currency has depreciated. So the pension that could sustain these elders 30 years back when they were still working can't sustain them now. So with these points, the motion "Black tax is slavery in disguise" must fall. You.
The rules have landed, the cases have been made, and these brilliant minds have rested.
Oh, I see a comment here that says, wow. I did not realize that you were about to become siren because of these kids. But we are happy that they have made you a siren indeed.
I cannot wait for the judge's decision. It'll be interesting to see where the pendulum swings.
That's right.
I anticipate it's going to be tough.
Really tough.
But it's down metrics. We'll find in just a bit.
Lagos. No, I'm not the only one who gets worried or bothered about getting quality pre-owned gadgets or accessories, especially when I'm trying not to break the bank in getting a brand new one, if you know what I mean. And if you have that same concern, then you'll be interested in the gist I'm about to give you, okay? And this one is coming from Obiwizi, Nigeria's e-commerce platform for pre-owned gadgets. Lagos, with Obiwizi, it's quality guaranteed. And the part that comes me is that it comes with a warranty. Yes, Lagos, they are Nigerians for gadgets with warranty, where you purchase all your favorite gadgets and quality accessories, both brand new and pre. So you see, you have nothing to worry about. Obiwizi has got your back. And guess what? You can also trade in your older devices to newer models in a simple and convenient way. So if or whenever you decide to sell off your device to meet that important cash obligation, then Obiwizi is definitely your guide. And you don't have to worry about delivery because Obiwizi delivers nationwide with offline and pickup stores in Ikeja, Lekki, Abuja, and Benin. So don't waste time. Call Obiwizi today on 0813-943-5241, 0813-943-5241, or you can visit their website at www.obiwizi.com. That is OBIWEZY.com. Or you can send them an email at info@obiwizi.com. That is info@obiwizi.com. You can also reach out to them on social media. Yes, they are there. On X, you can find them at Obiwizi, that's OBIWEZY in small letters, but they're temporarily not available on Instagram due to the activities of scammers and impersonators. So please, Lagos, watch out for any fake page. Remember, Lagos, if you need to purchase your favorite gadgets or accessories, whether brand new or pre-owned, Obiwizi is your guy.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
For all the opportunities presented, for the voice given to the bright young minds, great new friendships formed. I beg to differ, students' debate competition has lived up to the hype.
Indeed.
And it's a reputation we intend to keep. And, sitting here, I used to sit in my office and listen to Sandra and the rest of you, Yvonne, do their thing. I was having a conversation with Serge yesterday, and I told him, I didn't realize, though I thought I beg to differ debate competition was great, I didn't realize just how great. In my last chat with Sandra, I just said, man, this thing is bigger than I knew. I mean, I used to just enjoy coming into the studio on the last day, giving a few comments and doing the presentation and all that. But to be here, it's been humbling.
Inspiring at the same time.
Yes, when I was first asked to do this, my first thought was, where would I find the time out of my work to be on air from 4 p.m.? That's at the peak of my work every day. And I'm like, how am I going to do this? And it suddenly dawns on me, it's the third week. We only have one more week of this, and I don't want it to end.
Neither
I would
do
it every day the rest of my life if I had to, especially if I had minds and voices like Demilade is in the studio. So it's a great testament to the debate we've heard. Round of applause to you two once again. Thoroughly deserved. And let me just say, it doesn't matter what happens from here on. You guys are stars. Not just born, but crafted from the fires of... I don't want to say anything else.
I mean,
let's go on.
Live the best but short of words. This has really been one for books, and I am so proud of you both. Immensely proud of both of you. You know it's a competition, so sadly there can only be one winner. Even though both winners in my book already.
The Book of World Records.
The Book of Records, because you both did justice to the topic.
Well, we're able to find out if we probably manage our very first tie of the I Beg to Differ debate competitions. Are our judges ready, Yvonne?
The judges are ready, and I see a lot of tears because they're sad that one person has to leave, but well, it is what it is.
How do you say it? It is what it is.
It truly is what it is.
So let's go to the hard part of it all. So I'll make sure I resist the temptation of taking out all the scorecards first. Close my eyes to it.
I already did that.
I'll take it as it comes. I heard you heave a sigh. So I don't know. Let it hit me as I go. So on to Judge Barrister Ishoma's scorecard. I go. For the presentation rounds, Ishoma scored Demilade 12 points. Claire, 14 points. In the rebuttal rounds, Judge Ishoma scored Demilade 9 points. Claire, 6.5 points. For the closing argument, Demilade, 6.5 points. Claire, 5 points. For style, you can both be proud. You have a maximum 10 each, bringing the total to 37.5 Demilade and 35.5 to Claire.
And so we move to Judge Ama's scorecard. For presentation, Judge Ama awarded 10 points to Demilade, 13 points to Claire. For total, Judge Ama awarded 11 points to you, Demilade, and 6.5 points to you, Claire. For closing, Judge Ama awarded 6 points to you, Demilade, and 15.5 points to you, Claire. For style, Demilade was awarded 7 points, and Claire 8 points, with a total of 34 to 43 in favor of you, Claire.
Now this gets complicated. One apiece in terms of the judges. As to the scoreline, a 2-point swing in Demilade's favor in Judge Ishoma's on her scorecard, and a 9-point swing in Claire's direction in Judge Ama's scorecards. 7 points between the two of you. What does our chief judge decide? Let us find out. The Chief Judge, Dr. Chike Ngbadiji, for the presentation rounds. Demilade, 14.5 points. Claire, 20 points. For the rebuttal rounds, Demilade, 13 points. Claire, 7.5 points. For the closing arguments, Demilade, 10 points. Claire, 13.5. For style, Demilade, 9 points. Claire, 8.5. For a total from the Chief Judge's scorecard of 46.5 points to Demilade and 49.5 points to Claire.
Pretty close. And onto the standby judges scorecard. We have 48.5 to 55 in favor of you, Claire.
And so for the three main judges, we have a winner. It's a 10-point advantage. In these debates, it is nothing, but it is everything. The winner, you can decide for yourself. For Demilade, 46.5 plus 34 plus 37.5, a total of 118 points. And for Claire, 49.5 plus 43 plus 35.5, for a total score of 128 points. Congratulations, Claire.
Congratulations to you, Claire. You have advanced to the round of 8, to the quarterfinal in this keenly contested debate. And oh, Demilade, oh dear Demilade, you were a formidable opponent. The judges are set to see you go. They're actually calling for you to come back by some miracle. I don't know how that's going to happen. And I am sure Lakes agrees with the judge because you were beautiful. And you can walk out of this place with your head held up high and keep accolades, keep these collections as proof that you came here, you debated on Nigeria's foremost radio station, Okhaifo 99.3. Now, it's something, that's a feather that should be added to your cap because you deserve it. Congratulations again to you both. I don't know how my heart managed, but it managed indeed. This has been really, really tough loss.
And I can see a pattern here. Well, it's always going to be tough judging between these two, but the pattern is unmistakable. All our judges are unanimous in deciding that the presentation round, and let me just double check. Yes, Ishoma presentation round, Claire. Judge Ama presentation round, Claire. Chief Judge presentation round, Claire. They were unanimous that Claire had presentation rounds. Let me just check. Yes. Yeah, essentially.
Well, except for
standing judge.
He awarded 20 points to you, Demilade.
Yeah. And for the rebuttal round, it was unanimous that Demilade took that.
Oh, Demilade did take that one.
No doubt in the minds of the judges. So it came down to the closing rounds. And in the closing rounds, the judges were slightly divergent. Two of the judges gave the closing round. I mean, one of them gave it by a single point.
That's right.
To Claire.
Judge Shoma.
Judge Ama. 7. Let me be sure. Okay, I'm looking at style. So closing, yes. Ishoma, was it Ishoma that gave it by 1 round? Let's check the cards again.
It was
just to tell you how close this has
really
been,
close.
and to also remind you that you can be proud. Yes, closing round 6.5 to 5. Judge Oma had given it to Demilade 6.5, 1.5 point. The second judge had given it to Claire by a wider margin, and of course the chief judge for the closing round had gone to, let me double check, yes, closing round had gone to Claire. So I'm going to say this, Demilade. You know, from the moment I saw you, I set my eyes on you. My first impression was, this young man is the embodiment of calm, composure, confidence. I know I'm sounding alliterative, and I don't intend to, because every word I'm saying it starts with a C.
Yes.
But you know, I have no doubt there's a young man who, at just 15, seems to know what he's doing, is collected, put together, and I have no doubt in my mind that the world is just waiting for what you have to offer it. Congratulations. No shame. You didn't lose. You just had to take a bow today. Right. And I can't wait to hear you again. And I trust your confidence every time you open your mouth. What are your thoughts right now?
Yeah, I also agree with you. I did win today. I'm just not getting the pens.
I'll bring them to you.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Won't scatter your door because of rento. You don't look and search for correct house when no go cost a Lego. Find your choice property, easy as ABC. Rent easy is all you need. Yeah. No large upfront payments. Affordable housing options. So it's more monthly installments. No more hidden charge.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.